Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you wherever you are. Today is February 14, 2019. It's Valentine's Day, so hope you guys out there got the stuff for your girls or your girl, not girls. Anyway, hey, let's take a look at the market. This is the midday market update. The market been swinging a little bit today, I guess. Back and forth and everything. So let's go and take a look at the internal. Right. Before we do that, let's just run down the indexes and a couple of the market. The oil is up 60 cents at $54.50, and gold is down $1.10 at 13.90. It went down, I believe it was 1305 somewhere during the Globex market, I believe, or earlier. So this thing is getting ready to crack, I think, because it's still kind of hovering on this 1313. Eventually, that level have to give one way or the other. So so I'm just keeping an eye on that. I still have a short position that waiting to get close when it get near that 1303. So go figure. Anyway. The industrial is down only 12 point, 13 point right now. It was down over 100 some odd point earlier, and the S&P 500 is actually up 50 cents, a half a point. And the Nasdaq is up 21 point. The Russell 2000 is up 5.5 point. The Nasdaq Composite up 22 point, and the transportation up 56 point. Right, so that's the cash index and a couple of the market. So let's go and take a look at the internal, the up-down volume. Open negative with down volume running ahead of the up volume on the up-down volume ratio. And right now it actually turned positive. It's sitting at 1.24 for the New York Stock Exchange. So if you kind of look at the charts on this screen here, breakfast, the internals are turning positive. But the Nasdaq seems to be, been positive most of the morning except a couple of spots here. Right, but I think the up-down volume ratio was positive all the way through since the open, at least from what I could remember. I didn't notice any of a negative number, because when it's negative, this turned red, and I don't recall seeing that. And the advanced decline, you see that was way down at minus close to minus 1200 on the AD. In the New York Stock Exchange, and right now it's actually positive. The advancer is actually running ahead of the decliner now by 557 issue in the New York Stock Exchange, and similarly on the Nasdaq, the advancer ahead of the decliner by 451. And also, see, when it opened, the cumulative tick was negative in the New York Stock Exchange, and right now it's been climbing up, and it's in the positive territory. The Nasdaq is trying to make its way up to the positive area, but that been pretty negative, and kind of got the trough here, and now it's coming back. So we'll keep an eye on this. If this thing turns positive, then all the internal support the market to be positive, and probably be looking for a positive close. Okay. And if we look at the ES quickly on this chart here, see the ES open gap down, and then went below the overnight low, then came back and kind of chopped around, test the overnight low a couple of times, and then went to the IB high the second time, and now is back into the lower portion of the value area from yesterday. So it's sitting close to the value area low. So we'll see will this thing get a push up and come up to the value area high, or it will fall back and come back in to the IB range later on today. So it's all depending what the breadth is going to do. If it's holding up positive, then we probably will see a positive close. But if it's not, then most likely we probably see some kind of liquidation before the close, and have that thing come back down to retest the IB high and possibly get back into the range, inside of the IB range. And the NQ, similarly the NQ, open, check the overnight low, and then bounce back, and then make it above the IB high, test the IB high, and then push through. Right now is sitting right at the middle of the value area from yesterday. So we're going to see would it be able to push up to the value area high, and also that seems to be coincide with the overnight high as well. So we'll see, and if the internal doesn't hold up, then we'll probably see this thing come back down and test the value area low, and possibly the IB high. Okay, so went a little bit lengthy on explaining that chart there, but let's go and take a look at the daily chart here on the ES. So you can see it's still climbing this short-term channel. Remember, we're looking at the this 2800 level here, up at the at the upper end of the zone. So it seems like this thing is trying to chop up there, and then maybe after it hit that 28 or somewhere a little bit above it, we might find sellers and push it back down. So we'll see. But right now it seems like the direction that they want to head is up, and going up to the 2800 level. If we take a look at the daily volume profile, I mean the volume profile, you can see that been one time framing up for the last 3 sessions, and then today is kind of pulling back. So we're getting this one times framing down, and also this right here, this formation here, it could set up some sort of like a little bit of a evening star pullback. So wouldn't be surprised to see it, maybe pull back to this 2712 or down to this 2700. So we'll see how this thing hold up, because originally we were looking for this thing to pull back to the 2675, right, and then get a push back up and target that 2800. But it's still within that zone area, so we just have to keep an eye on it to see how it chop around. I think be concerned if it comes back into this zone, then it might break this balance and then head down. So we just keep an eye on it. But I guess right now this is the target, 2800. Unless something dramatically change, I think I keep an eye on that. Although it could chop around just to whipsaw some of the longs and trap some of the short before they squeeze it up. So you can see the market profile, clear up some of this stuff here, right? Today clear a lot of these stuff. So now let's see, could it clear this or go up and clear the December 4th stat that is left undone. And if we go to the daily volume profile and the market profile, let's start off with the market profile. Clean high, okay, very clean low. You see this poor low here, right, from yesterday, right? It came up and cleared that, and also you see the point of control from yesterday, tagged it, right? So pay attention to these levels that for the coming days, short-term wise. And when the market have a tendency to move a certain direction, look for these levels to get tagged, or for some sort of a price action there, right? Because earlier I was looking here, basically it was forming a pull high, right? Forming a pull high, and it was basically chopping around here. And looking at this, that need to get tagged. So it's so close that the chances are it's going to tag, right? And as soon as it come up and tag, it just took off and came up, and then then it pulled back and put in a couple double print here before it move up, and then the next move was to tag this point of control, right? So that kind of give you a little clue. If you are looking for a tray or you have a tray on, then you kind of see what are some of the potential target it's going to hit. Then if it doesn't work out, then what you expect is not happening. Then you might take whatever appropriate action with your tray or whatever, right? I mean, just just my observation, not necessarily recommendation or advice. So use your own discretions. Anyway, let's take a look at the volume profile. This might be a little bit of a cutoff, so we might have seen a high for the day, and likewise for the low. So probably you see it came down and it's kind of choppy, and we got this run. So a lot of people are basically probably looking for it to come down and got this pretty good squeeze. But anyway, it got a little bit of a high volume zone here right near yesterday's volume profile point of control, right? So we essentially just looking for this thing to maybe come back. See, these are the single print. Remember, forgot to mention, you left some single print here. Okay, so watch these might get filled today. If I expect it to pull back and test the IP high here, then the single print will be taken out. And also looking at this right here, right? If you take a look at this, this candle here, right? This look like a topping pair candle, right? Two is the top, right? Okay, so that might also give you another clue that the HOA for today might have been printed from the volume profile and also from the rejection candle pattern. Okay, so no rambling on a little bit more today, but hopefully your days are going well. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, so let me know. And if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, consider subscribing, and also click on that bell icon. That way you will get notification whenever I get ready to do a video such as this, or whenever I upload a new video to my channel. Okay, so have a great day, and good luck with your trading.